Welcome back to Something for That Ass podcast.
I'm Brooklyn.
And I'm Len and Love, and we are your hostess with the mostest.
And earlier she was just trying to hold this one, even though this is not in the costume. Clearly this Hello Kitty's in a costume. This Hello Kitty's in a costume. We're dressed up for spooky season because today is October 6th. You'll be watching this October 8th, or if you're a player hater, maybe you won't be watching it the day it dropped, but we still appreciate you guys for watching it.
This one's an OG, that's why he gets a pass, because OGs are the only ones that get a pass.
But it's not an OG because we just got it yesterday.
Okay, but he has a title for
No,
a reason.
because the OG is this one. That's why her bow's fucked up. Because she's
seen things.
I'm not trying to cover her ears. Her eyes.
That's why
Do as we say, not as we do.
She might be a plushie, but she's holding onto a plushie for emotional support. Yeah. She does need emotional support.
If you guys want to get pajamas like us, Kohl's. Because we were trying to find Hello Kitty ones, but they only have child size Hello Kitty Halloween pajamas.
Oh.
So it's spooky season. And we're in the spirit. We planned this out perfectly for your guys' entertainment. Long story short, short story long. Basically, I was scrolling on TikTok one day. That's not news to you guys because I'm always scrolling on TikTok. I come across this video of this creator talking about like, oh, we're always told to choose better. So I did a dating experiment and I decided to date 10 men. I was like, I'm going to date 10 men, see if I'm just choosing wrong or if there's just trash men any and everywhere I go. So she was like, I'm going to date 10 men. I'm not going to care like about their looks or their walk of life or whatever. We did do the experiment a little different because
we'll tell you.
Not so much the looks we weren't caring, but just like we wanted them to be eligible bachelors in our opinion, which
at least especially in the beginning of our experiment, we gave ourselves a time span to complete it, and we were going to start off with the best candidates and end it with, you know,
like some fillers.
Like, okay,
let's get this experiment done type thing. Like, they could just be, you know, whatever. Like we were trying to get really good candidates again. Yeah, whatever.
Just who asked us, basically, at the end. That was the plan.
So, whatever. So, that was her requirements. Like, there was no, like, certain job they had to have. Like, she was just saying yes to any and everybody that was asking her out. We can't just do that just because... I'm not saying that... I'm not trying to be like that, but I'm just saying, like, it would be... Like, if we just went out with every guy that asked us on a fucking date, it would be very problematic and dangerous. And just... not, it would just be scary. It would be spooky. So
yeah, because a lot of people like to be like, oh, you guys are just around the wrong men. Like, you guys don't understand that we travel and go to different parts of California. We go to different parts of the world. We just come across,
and our work's always different too. We work events. We're always in different places, and it's not like, oh, you guys, it's
just hang around these certain types of men.
Yes.
Like, yes, certain crowds do bring out certain characteristics more than others, but regardless, the issue still stands no matter what environment.
Right.
I would say.
Exactly. It's not that we are around the wrong men. It's just we're around men, period. Like the men are around us. Like that's
the men
really
are around us. Yeah.
So I hit her up. Let me fucking send a voice note while she's in her room when I'm in my room. I was like, look, I found this girl's thing. Like, we should do this experiment for the podcast. And she was like, okay, let's do it. And
I was shook because she does not date, right? Like,
anything for entertainment purposes, I feel like. Maybe not anything, but a lot, you know? And, okay, so we're going to spoil alert. We were supposed to date 10. We both only got, hold up the number of men you got.
And then when we saw, okay, so it was a summer experiment and it ended on October 1st, real spooky.
Which was 5 days ago.
Mm-hmm. And
we even started it like low-key spring. Like
we're like, we're going to give each other.
It was like the end of May. We were talking about it.
And we're like, you know what? 10 seems pretty far. Let's set a new goal. 5. Yeah, I would say my first 2 dates were both in June. And I haven't been on one since. I have had people ask me, but I just haven't taken them up on it. I was considering a third. Stay tuned for why I didn't go on the date with him. Yeah.
You're gonna start.
Okay. So the first,
because she went on literally the first date. Because we had this first date both the same day, but I'm saving my first guy for the end because it's actually the scariest, spookiest shit ever. And that's why I was like, I'm not doing this fucking, I'm forfeiting. Like, I don't care. It's terrible. So if you want to know some really juicy shit, stay to the end.
Yeah. I
didn't mean to flip you guys. I'm like,
I personally, like, I didn't get spooked by my dating experience. I just was like, I only wanted the most eligible bachelors to go first, and there was a couple guys I found interesting, but I didn't like their approach, so then they were knocked off from being an eligible bachelor, and then after that, I just felt like they weren't meeting the criteria, and then yes, as well as my energy decreasing and my desire. So I will admit I didn't pour as much into the experiment as I could have. I definitely could have gone on a date like with maybe 1 or 2 more. So the first one definitely would not have gone on a date with him if it wasn't for the experiment, you guys. Okay, so we said that looks are not an issue. I lived up to that first date. This man was not attractive to me, and he was, I will believe, in his 60s. He was kind of beating around the bush with his age, making it seem like he's in his 50s, so I'm going to round up. He was a equity investor. He's into wearing like sweater vests and khakis. He's African American. He is from DC, which I appreciate. I do like meeting people that are outside from California to possibly date, because I feel like the dating pool in California is definitely more so giving a fruit cup vibe to me. So I wanted to step out of that zone that it keeps repeatedly being in my face, right? So we're switching it up. I thought, great, this is a good first foot forward. This older man, good job title, and he had a good approach as well. I will give him that. We were working an event and he wanted my attention. Somewhere in the conversation, I told him that I'm vegan, and he told me, oh, if you were to ever take a chance on me to take you out on a date, that would be a really good bet on your hand, because I know all the good vegan spots. I was like, okay, perfect, right? And he planned it right away. You know where this man made fucking reservations after saying he knows all the good vegan spots? Javier's. Every man takes a woman to Javier's. And the last time I went to Javier's, I got physical with a man. Not at the restaurant, but shortly after. And no, it's not even a vegan restaurant.
It doesn't have great vegan options.
And it has like 2 vegan options, sopes and like something else.
Yeah.
The sopes are cool, but I would not take someone who's vegan to that type of restaurant. So to me, it's giving you want to starve me to death. So I told him, you're going to have to cancel that reservation, because I don't feel like there's enough vegan options for me. Mr. Take a chance on me. I know what's good. You don't know what's good. Right? So then I go on this date with him. Oh, I tell him a different restaurant he could book, because I'm like, okay, I gave you the opportunity to pick somewhere. You failed really terribly, in my opinion. So I took it upon myself to choose, and I chose True Foods, which is...
Sorry, sidebar. Just because of reason two, she chose True Foods is because where I was going on a date, because I technically had the first date, and then we had plans after, like, okay, we had a birthday party we got to go to. We're real bitches. We're showing up to that birthday party, right? We're not missing out on a birthday because we don't need everyone sitting around talking about what are these bitches doing that they're not here. So we're going to this birthday dinner. Or not dinner, but it was like a birthday beach day, bonfire type thing. So we go, I get the first date and I'm like, look, I had this date and our agreement was like, we're not going to go on the date with each other because we have to actually date these men. So I was like, look, it's by like this mall, like it's a Newport, you know, what is it? Fashion Island? Fashion Island. I was like, are you down to just like walk around? I'm just going to have an hour date. And then so the reason she chose her thing is because it was like right next to where I was going on a date.
Yours wasn't in the mall though, right?
Mine wasn't. Mine was like 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
But it was like, that's also kind of why she went on this date, was just like, okay, we'll like kill two birds with one stone. Like you'll do something while I'm doing something.
Also, it was a good escape plan having a birthday party to go to afterwards, because then that meant they had limited time with us in the daytime.
Yes.
It's different being stuck with a man at night versus in day. If I have to fucking do it, I would prefer daytime because it's less creepy crawly and taking advantage vibes. So yeah, I was like, okay, perfect. He asked me out. I coordinated it to match with my sister's plans and our birthday plans. I ended up being with my date a bit longer because I was there first, and then she picked me up. We just took one car because we're in Orange County. We're not living in Orange County, so we just took one car, and our places were close to each other, so she picked me up afterwards. I was with him for like 3 or 4 hours. It felt very long. I'll tell you that right now. So True Foods, let me go back to that, is not a vegan restaurant, but they do have some pretty good vegan options, especially their seasonal pizza that has butternut squash, raisins. It's very unique, very flavorful, very good. And they have some other good stuff. There's some stuff that's like, I wouldn't order that again. But the food is more health geared. That's what they try to do. So it's pretty cute. And the whole time he wanted me to do most of the talking. Another ick. I feel like a man should lead the conversation and do most of the talking. But every time my time was up, he would want me to talk again. And I just felt uncomfortable because I didn't want to just keep saying information about myself. I didn't want to just keep the conversation alive for such a long period of time. Something I did like, though, he didn't mind how much I ordered. And I ordered a lot. And then I also ordered my sister food to go. And whatever. We're there for what seems like forever. Then afterwards, we're in the mall. He's like, I'm craving a cookie. I forgot True Foods has dessert. I was so full that I forgot. Usually I could put it down more if I'm with my sister. I just can't in that mode. But when I'm around a man, I can sometimes have a slimmer appetite because I'm having slimmer energy. And we're walking around this mall, and he is an older gentleman, like I said, and we're in this nice mall. So he's asking me what kind of car I like. He's asking me where I like to shop. And I told him a Chrysler or a Cadillac is what I'd like. He called me ghetto. He thinks that's really funny with me. And then he didn't propose to buy me anything after even specifically pointing something out in the window that I wanted. He didn't get it for me. He was on the mission to get his cookie. Once we get to his cookie place, he orders himself a cookie. There's a vegan option. It's no longer there. Oh, let me tell you, at True Foods, he left a tip. At this cookie place, he did not leave a tip. Another ick. I don't care if it's at a stand and they're not doing as much work as a waitress or waiter. You still should just tip 20% regardless, in my opinion. I do. He didn't.
Too, he has it like that.
He has it like that. That's the thing, too.
Like,
that's the thing, guys. He's an older man being seen out with a beautiful young woman, and he is not putting enough pep in his step, in my opinion, because why am I creating time for you if you're not going to do something out of the ordinary, make an extra good impression, like buying me a gift? Or a few, because you think just a meal is going to impress me or get you started off on a good first foot. Maybe if you are younger, but you have probably tripled my age, motherfucker. Anyways, I'm watching him eat this cookie. He wants to link arms. He wants to look good. I'm doing you a service at the end of the day, and I don't feel rewarded enough. He wants to continuously look in my eyes, and I can sense that he's really feeling me, and it's very unfortunate to be on the other side of someone feeling like it's going very well, and then you're on the other side of feeling like I can't wait for this to be over. So it took forever to leave.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. And I was just grateful that we went to the birthday party after, and I had leftover food, and I had food for my sister as well, even though little did he know that she also went on a date. I told him that she was doing some shopping. Another area where he could have offered some type of money or gifts, he passed that up too. I kept giving him opportunities, you guys. I'm a nice person. Anyways, we go to this beach party, birthday party, bonfire. I get sick like once a year at this point. I don't get sick that often. I end up getting really sick, and I know why. I used to have a lung condition, so my lungs are a bit sensitive. At the end of the night, all the bonfire smoke was insane. Like, I felt like I almost couldn't breathe. I look at Boo like, we gotta go now. Like, you're gonna have a corpse on you pretty soon if we don't get the fuck out of here. Like, I can't.
She's like, enjoy your homicide case.
No, I'm like, yeah, we have to get the fuck out of here if you want me alive. Like, we have to get the fuck out. So we get the fuck out. I get sick immediately. I put him in another position to bless me. I say, look, I'm going to be missing out on work. My sister's birthday's coming up. Like, could you bless me, basically? He said it's too soon for that. Oh, but it's not too soon for you to want me to wear that see-through dress I'm going to wear for my sister's birthday. You want sexy pictures in that? I think it's too fucking soon for that, you old bastard. And just like how much he was just, he wasn't talking at me do most of the talk, but anything that he did say, he just made it seem like he was so into me and feel such a connection. It's very uncomfortable to hear all that. And anyways, I just stopped talking to him, right? I don't know how he comes back in the picture, but he tries to apologize and make things right. But he didn't do anything to make it right. All he did was apologize. Mm-hmm. And I just kind of like wiped my ass with that apology, because he also, in that apology, was trying to make it seem like he did a bunch of shit for my sister's birthday, even though I inserted myself for him to also help out with the birthday plans, which he did not at all. You know what he did? Take credit for part of the birthday plans. He tried to make it seem like, oh, all the things I did for your sister, and this is da-da-da. All you did was order a $20 fucking appetizer and dinner, you bastard. So, yeah, I literally felt like he was so insufferable. I tried to start it off really strong, but he was not good looking. He ended up being very worrisome to me because he was very under this assumption that we had this crazy connection, even though I don't know you at all. I just have a charming personality. I have many personalities, so I might be able to entertain someone, but that doesn't mean I like you. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I have to say about that. She ended up meeting him. I don't know. How'd you feel about him?
Well, like the first thing he said, he was like, oh yeah, I got you all that food. He got me a pizza and was that pizza and
like some appetizer or a bowl.
I was like, oh yeah, thank you. And then he was like, for the slightest second that she was like not like, she was like stepped away for the slightest second,
because he popped out of nowhere, by the way,
staring at my feet. He's like, yeah, you have like such nice feet. And I was like, and then he was like, I'm just like really like your sister, and I don't know why. And I'm like, I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
have
stop
anything
scaring
to say.
my sister.
Yeah, it was like really weird. It was like, I did this for you. You have nice feet. I'm in love with your sister. And I was like, okay, this is like way too much information to ever give out at any given time. This isn't the place nor the time to be doing any of this. So yeah, I was like, yeah, he's insufferable. That was like a 30-second talk. I couldn't imagine a 3-hour talk.
Oh my God. So you're welcome. Like, yes, I might have not completed the challenge, but I gave the beginning my all.
That's true.
I would have never. And now this fucking elderly citizen thinks I'm in love with him. Because he's projecting. That's how he feels about me, but you're not in love with me. You're just actually starting to go through dementia.
Yeah. Got you confused or like his wife. Yeah, I know. Men men love to pretend they're in love with you, to have sex with you. And it's like, you don't even got to do all that. You can just be like, decent to talk to, have some good character. You don't have to be in love with me.
Show me a good time.
Show me a good time, yeah.
Like, yes, you can feed me, but that's all you can do. That's not what I consider showing me a good time. Sorry.
Right. Like, we have different ideas of a good time.
Yeah. We do way more fun shit with just each other, and we're not giving it up to each other because, first of all, that's incest. But, like, second of all, we have other friends, and we have fun with them. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. This is another case of expecting too much and doing too little.
Fuck.
Okay, so then I went on a date. I'm not going to do my first one. That was at the same time as she was getting tortured for 3 hours. But my second date I went on, my last date, we went to Topgolf. I'm dedicated to getting my pictures. I don't really care what links I got to go to get a picture. If I'm ready and I look cute, I'm making it my mission to take a picture. So whatever I got to do to get it, I'm going to do it. And basically, we were making a skit, and the light that we had died.
And we were with our homegirl and her daughters.
Yes.
It was just a girl group, by the way.
It was a girl group, yeah. And then, so I'm like, I'm going to go find a charger for this. So I start all the way...
For the light.
Yeah, charger for the light. So I start all the way at the bar, and there's probably like 20, maybe 20, exaggerating, 15 like slots, before, because we're at the weigh-in, like, not the weigh-in, but there's like 3 slots before, like, where we're at, there's 3 more slots, and that's the weigh-in. So when we were playing, I had seen him staring at me, but I was just, like, whatever, doing my thing. And then, so when I went to the bar, I asked for a charger. They don't have it. You're lying, but okay. Then I go to ask, like, somebody else that works there. Oh, no, you guys, no one here that works here has a charger. Bet. Okay, you're not gonna fucking rain on my parade. I'm still getting this picture. Watch me. So I go down every single, like, what is it, a booth section? Wherever you play golf, whatever section to play golf. I go through every single thing from start to finish. No one has anything. I get to the last actual slot, and it's the guy that was staring at me. And I'm like, hey, do you guys have a charger for this? And they're like, no. And then the guy that I want to date with shoots his shot, and he's like, oh, you're beautiful. Can I get your Instagram? Okay, cool. So I go on my Instagram. He's very cute. He's tall. He's handsome. All that. And then the next day, actually literally the same night, I think he asked me, like, hey, I would love to take you out. Cool. I'm like, okay, I got my second date, because it's like Topgolf shows that you have hobbies. Like, he seemed pretty good at it too.
And a playful spirit.
Right?
Which I like, because some guys literally don't do anything.
Don't do anything with their lives.
It's like, oh God.
So like, you don't like to have fun.
No wonder you just like, thumbs away.
Right. Yeah, some men, all they do is jack off and eat Popeyes. Like, I need me a man that likes to do fun activities. I like me a man that wants to show me off, go outside, plan cute things. I don't care that you want to beat your meat all day and eat low quality meat from fast food chains. Like, that has nothing to do with me. That's your business, and it will never be mine. So whatever, I was like, cool, that works. We end up going to the fair together. So sweet. He's on time. No, he's early. So, okay. Give him points for that. We had really good conversation the whole way. I was very comfortable with him. I felt like I was able to be myself, which is really hard to be around men. He was like really such a gentleman, you know. He got out. Like, it sucks that, I mean, I'm gonna give a man credit where it's due, right? It just, I say that it's never been easier to be considered a real man because the competition is so weak these days. It's little to none that when a man holds open your door, sends a "did you get home" text, like, it's really the little things that add so many fucking points because so many men are lacking in doing the actual bare minimum that when a man does the bare minimum, they're looked at better than the rest. So it should really not be that hard for you guys to be decent, right? Because it's really actually not that hard. So he picks me up early. We're having a great conversation. He even brought a jacket for me, which I thought was really sweet because he's like, "Oh, did you like bring a jacket?" And he called these, and I was like, "No," because it didn't go with my outfit. He brought me a jacket that went with my outfit. I was like, period. We go.
And did he know what your outfit was gonna be?
No. He just brought us like both green like hoodies, like, so we kind of be matching, which I thought was cute, you know, because I'm like corny like that. Like, I like a little. I mean, you could fucking tell.
Go for it. I mean, who doesn't like to do that? Like, you're weird.
No, yeah, I don't like when girls don't like to match with their best friend. I think it's so weird and hater. Like, oh, you're scared. You're a scary ass bitch. You think that it's gonna get warm better than you. You know?
Oh.
Like, I can't relate to that because to me, I want to match. I want to coordinate with my homegirls. I think that looks cute. It looks good for pictures. It looks good when we're out. We look like a girl group. If you don't want to match or coordinate, we don't have to. But I'm saying if you feel a way about doing it, like our outfits are too similar, you're lame. Sorry, y'all. We had a problem with Uber Eats, so I'm blinking a little bit. Whatever. So we get there. He gets us matching jackets. Or has matching jackets. He's very considerate, you know, doing all the cute stuff. Gets out of the car, open the door. We have really great conversation the whole way there. We're even smoking. When I get faded around men, I'm usually like, but I didn't feel like that. When we get to the fair, you know, he's like on it, finding me my vegan food. And then we go on rides. He even let me pick like some scary rides. I could tell he was not really wanting to go on, but I was like, we're already here, you know, like, let's do it. This is what I like to do. Yeah, it was all really good. My only complaint about the date, so he won me a big ass Hello Kitty plushie. Mind you, I was
wearing a panda costume.
Wearing a panda costume, a big one. And but like, obviously at fairs, they only have certain prizes for certain, you know, games. Okay. And I wanted a very specific character, which was Hello Kitty. And they only had them at the certain one. So he played, he won. Then we played 2 more games, didn't win those, but I was already like, okay, he's a winner. But then they had a kawaii store. And I was like, oh, I need to get something for my sister. Me and my best friend had a debate about this because she was like, bro, you should have said it was for yourself because, you know, Elena's grown. It's not like, oh, you're buying for a little kid or something. You're just like, you know, it's just like, you're just getting it for another adult. But if you would have said it for yourself, he would have bought it for you. And I was like, okay, I definitely can see where you're coming from. But me, just someone that's like, you obviously watch my content, you know, like how I feel about my sister, you know how close me and my sister are. To me, it just like, you know, it costs to be the boss. You gotta like, if you're gonna treat me, you gotta treat my sister. And that might not be right in a lot of people's eyes, but that is my opinion. I do think that.
And it's very easily a reality.
It's very easily, because it's been done. And yes, do some men try to be like, oh, since I'm doing it for you, like, should we try to fuck on the both of y'all? Yes, of course. But have I also had men that are just into me, just trying to be with me, just solely about me doing something for my sister? Yes, I've seen both sides, so I know it's possible. So that was like the only thing. I, of course, didn't say anything to him about it. I just bought it. And, and it wasn't even necessarily that I didn't buy it. It was because he was like already about to like tap his shit. And then I was like, oh, like, you know, like, I shouldn't even say anything good. I was like, oh, I got it. And then he's like, oh, you sure? And then he let me do it. So I was like, you should have just did it because you're already there. Whatever. And then, so he takes me home. Um, I didn't give him a kiss or anything. I think he probably kind of was expecting a gift. Kiss. I don't think men should expect anything ever.
He's all expecting you to give him the shark Hello Kitty. He's like, you got it for me, baby. I know you're there.
But I kind of was just on some like, okay, this is like my thing. Because obviously you're like, you guys are probably at this point like, well, why would you not want to talk to this guy if the date went so well? I do think the date went well, but my thing is I don't like to get people's hopes up because I'm going more into this of like, I need to like date, you know, I need to get out there and date because I don't date. And my biggest thing is like, there's certain things I want to accomplish in life, right? There's things that I need to accomplish. There are things I need to accomplish in life before I leave this earth or will not sit right with me in heaven, right? I need to do certain things I've set out for myself. And I know I will accomplish those things a whole lot faster without being romantically involved with a man, because the type of woman I am, I give my all when I'm in love. It is all in or I'm all out. Like there's no way for me to half-ass love somebody, right? So with that being said, it's very distracting for me to be romantically involved with a man because they become the center of my world. And I hate being like that, but I just have to be real with myself. If I want to accomplish these things that I have set out for myself, I have to stay focused. I cannot be pouring what I need to pour into my goals into a man. So yeah, I avoid dating for that reason because I feel like it's more important to be the love of my own life. I think it's more important to be somebody than somebody's in this life, right? A lot of people's final goal is, you know, get married, have kids, and that's great, but that's not where my end is, right? I have so much I want for myself and I just know I am capable of doing all those things, but I want to do them in a timely manner. And the only way I'm going to accomplish that is if I stay focused. So I just got to be real with myself.
And just experiencing a lot of things in life before having kids and getting married too. Like, it's not all about hoeing around. It's about, oh, it's going to be harder to travel to certain places once you have kids or you're booed up. It's a distraction from your goals. The right person could help you and alleviate some stress so you could focus more on your goals, but more oftentimes than not, they're mostly a distraction.
Mm-hmm. And even if they are a good man, even if they do help in ways that, you know, I can't help myself per se, which is kind of hard for me to believe because I do feel like I'm very self-sufficient. I just also think even if they are good, they're still like as the type of woman that I am, and this is a flaw within myself, I just overextend myself for people that I love. And how am I going to get to where I want to go in life when I'm putting someone's needs before myself? But how am I going to get to where I want to go in life if I put someone's needs before my own needs? How am I going to, you know, like, it just doesn't seem realistic to me. Like, from how I've dated, how I've been in love, I'm like, shit, you need a kidney? I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. Like, I'll give you everything. And that's why I got to be careful because I take this lover girl shit to the next fucking level. Right?
So how come you're not a mommy?
Why am I not a mommy? Why am I not one?
Yeah.
Because
if they want a kid, they could get it from you.
Yes. Probably. If I was in love, well, love makes you do crazy things. If I was in love with somebody, like, that's why
at this point, but not when you were in love before.
When I was in love, well, for honestly, my first boyfriend, I do feel like if I got pregnant by him, I would have kept the baby. And same thing with my last boyfriend. I've only had 2 boyfriends. If I was pregnant, I've only had one true pregnancy scare though in my whole life, and it was with my first boyfriend. Because I'm not one of these girls that thinks I'm pregnant every time my stomach hurts. I'm just like, yeah, I fucking ate a fuckload like I do every fucking day. But my second one, I never had that because I was on birth control at the time, which is really bad for you. I don't suggest taking that, but I didn't know any better. And on top of that, we're doing double protection, like because I was living with someone that got pregnant, and that's when it got really real to me that you can get pregnant so easily. I was like, oh no. But honestly, if I would have got pregnant with my boyfriend's baby, I would have kept it, because like, you know, why would I love this person, why would I not want to?
Yeah, like if it were to happen, you would have done it.
I would have done it.
Okay,
yeah, but it was just like, I think it was like, you know, it was just, I think we were both thinking correctly at that time that we don't, because I've been asked that before, like, oh, how are you guys together so long? You guys didn't have a baby. And we were both just so busy that we're kind of like,
because you're like, oh, if I'm in love and he asked me for a baby, I'll give it to him. But he wasn't like, you guys were both focused on it.
No, and my ex-boyfriend was not ever asking like, oh, let's have a baby. He definitely was talking about marriage and buying a house, which was making me get cold feet, because I'm like, wait, I don't know if I need to be single. Like, you know, I'm like thinking, okay, but and that was towards the end of our relationship too, so it was like different. But yeah, he had never asked me for a baby. You know?
I guess I'm surprised.
Yeah. Well, he wanted to, I think to like himself, he wanted to enjoy me to himself for a while.
That makes sense.
Which makes sense.
A lot of guys do, not saying he would, but a lot of guys, when you have a baby, a big reason they don't want you to have one is because all of your attention now goes to the baby, and they end up becoming jealous of the baby, and that could be the reason that they leave you and the baby instead of the responsibilities that it comes with being a father.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's very true. Yeah. So that's whatever. That that was our only date, and he was very handsome, very attractive, all that, but I'm not in a position to fall in love at this point in my life.
So you feel like he had falling in love potential?
I'm sure if I spent enough time with him, like we really hit it off. He was handsome. He's a gentleman. I'm sure if I were to give time like that, for real, I could, like falling in love seems so serious, but I'm sure catch some serious feelings, you know? So he was like trying to take me on a few more dates, and I just was like, you know, finding ways to not go, because I don't want to hurt his feelings. I don't want to do that. I'm just not in a position to fall in love. Falling in love is not on my radar right now. It's not a goal. It's not even, I've been in love. I've been heartbroken. I've had crushes. I've been in a situationship, and I would say there is no better feeling than being single and not liking anybody. I love where I'm at right now. There is no better feeling than having all the focus on myself and pouring all that energy I would pour into somebody else back into myself. And I feel like I've been in all stages, and this is the best one. This is the sweet spot right there. I really feel for people that have never not been in a relationship or never not talked to somebody, because you don't even know what this feeling's like right now. Like, I can't even explain how good it is. You have to actually live it to understand it. You know, it's a feeling you can't explain, but this right here to me is the sweet spot. I'm like, oh, I'm living for myself, because yes, having kids, getting married, like, that's what we're programmed to believe, that's our final destiny as women. But living for yourself, it's also just as sweet as like the whole marriage and family kid thing.
That's so true. And no disrespect, but not that I wouldn't take in your advice before, but it wouldn't soak in as much, because I would just see my sister as someone that doesn't want to date. So therefore, I felt like she couldn't relate to where my mindset was, which was, I felt like I could always handle having a lover. It wouldn't distract me from making money or accomplishing my goals. But then when I took a step back and I truly took a break, because I would say I would take some breaks, but they were very short-lived, I'll admit. It wasn't that I would always have someone lined up after the next. That was never really the case. It's just the fact that someone else would shortly come into my life after the next, and then I would entertain it. So therefore, I didn't spend that much time alone. But recently, I have been, by choice, not entertaining anybody, and I could definitely now see where she's coming from. And no matter if it is a healthy love or an unhealthy love, of course, if it's an unhealthy love, it's more of a distraction. But A healthy love is a distraction too, I would say, because you're just pouring a lot of energy into that person regardless. You're constantly thinking about them. You're not just thinking about yourself. And there are things that I realize I want to accomplish that now, with the tunnel vision that I have now, a lover would severely get in the way of that. Not even just a little bit. Like, I don't need anyone detouring from what I want to experience while being single. And it's not even like, oh, I want to sleep with all these people. If I am open to dating if it really makes sense and they put their best foot forward and they could prove to me that they're willing and wanting to show me a good time. I am down to go on a date with them. But more oftentimes than not, a lot of men just want to get your attention so they could have a short conversation with you and then hopefully shortly after get in bed with you. So I already know their end goal, therefore a lot of my interest has left. And they come in all races, they come in all occupations, and they come in all ages. So I thought for a minute dating a man in his 30s versus someone in their 20s like me would be a better choice. But some people don't grow up. Age doesn't determine maturity. So I definitely am way less impressed at this point in my life. And I'm very, very grateful for that because yeah, I don't care if you're a smooth talker. I'm not moved by basic first date etiquette like flowers and picking a good place to eat, showing up on time. That doesn't really move me anymore. It might have before, but now I just feel like that should be basic knowledge and application. And there's even been people that I'm attracted to. I'm saying no. Yeah.
Yeah. I think too, it was like also hard to take my advice for a long time because I've been single for almost 4 years, but my ex was always around. Like we had never been together intimately since we've been broken up, but he's always been someone I can call on. And, I would get the flowers, I would get this and that. And
I remember one time she would tell me like, oh, you basically just want affection from a man. Like, I understand that I don't know what she said, but I was like, or she was telling me I don't need affection from a man. I'm like, oh, it's easy for you to say you get it without like asking.
Yeah.
Because she constantly would be showered with compliments and just random acts of service. And someone's always up her ass. So I'm like, you don't understand. Like, not that I necessarily want that, but I definitely do. I did always want a lover. I'm not going to lie. I always wanted a lover. And another reason that I would convince myself I always wanted a lover is because I have a high sex drive. So to me, I'm like, if I just have one lover at a time, that is not a bad thing because I just want to have a safe space with one person where we can share those intimate moments with one another and not deeply get in a relationship. But nothing is as simple as you put out in your brain, especially when there's another person involved. You can't control how they think, feel, or do. So it didn't end up working out. And I was met with a lot of resistance because that was my goal for a long time, just to have a lover. And it didn't end up working out. I was met with a lot of disappointment and it led to me being in solitude. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that it's probably just like, I mean, now it's like he's not in the picture at all anymore. But yeah, I mean, I could see it because it's like someone that's really attractive being like, oh, you don't need work done. And it's like, okay, well, it's easy for you to say, like, you look like that naturally. Or like, oh, someone that's like naturally on the smaller end, like telling someone that's naturally on the bigger end to just like do certain things and that you would look a certain way. And it's like, yeah, while someone could be definitely more healthy, it's like our body compositions are all different. So someone that could just be in the gym 2 days a week and look like really fit isn't gonna, someone that's like bigger that has to work really hard isn't gonna really be as receptive to that information. So yeah, I think it was just that. But yeah, that was my second date that I told you guys first about. It was honestly a good date. I had fun. He was a good time, very sweet.
Do you feel like later down the line you'd go on a date with him when you're more ready for falling in love? Or you just feel like new people only?
He's also a little younger than me. He's 2 years younger than me. Like 2 years and a few months younger than me. I personally don't like younger men. I'm not saying that's like, a forever statement, but just like I personally feel guilty dating someone younger because I kind of just feel like live your life. Live your life. You're young. And yes, it's only 2 years difference, but a lot of shit could happen in 2 years. And in my opinion, at 25 years old, you haven't lived much life. Like you might have gone through a lot of shit, but you haven't lived so much life where like, to me, I just can't even take them that serious. Like, if a man's in his 30s, okay, later 30s. All right, yeah, you have an extra like 10 years on me. You should be ready to settle down, Papa. You should be ready to make some good investments in your life, me being one of them, So that's just, but yeah, he is great. I will say like he's definitely, since being single, like one of the better, like more fun dates that I've been on.
Period.
He was a
Dating
positive experience, whatever. He was both of those. He was a good one.
You got a non-dater to have a good dating experience.
Yeah. Yes. That was it.
I would say my second date was also the better out of the two as well. So I met this candidate. Was there anything else you wanted to say?
That was it.
I happened to meet this candidate when I was celebrating my sister's birthday. We were packing up all the gifts in the car. He approached me like I was a delicate flower. He's very on edge, and I like that because it is a green flag to me when a man handles you with care and he treats you very much with gentleness. That actually shows me your strength instead of me thinking like, oh, you're like, I don't want you to be so comfortable to, for example, manhandle me right off bat. I want you to handle me more delicately, and he did, and he was very respectful. He just was like, basically, I've been looking at you all night. I think you're beautiful. I actually didn't see him at all. I didn't know he's there, but like, I've been looking at you all night. I would like to take you out sometime. And I'm like, okay, perfect. We're still in June. I'm already on number 2. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get that 10 done. So then he does plan it pretty quickly. He does, though, however, because he knows I'm vegan, he had me take the lead on picking which restaurant. I picked Seabirds in Costa Mesa. I had an early dinner with him around 6 p.m. I felt like got along a lot better. It just felt smooth. I didn't feel uncomfortable. He was Mexican, 49, and a lawyer. I felt like I had a good time with him. We just ate. He then told me at the end of our date, like, let's go to a jazz lounge, which is where we met. He wanted to go to a different one, though, like a jazz bar instead of a lounge. And I told him I have to wake up early, something like that, to get out of going because I didn't want to overextend the date. I felt like we got along pretty well and I was attracted to him, but I also didn't want to... I wanted to keep it light and cute and sweet. And another reason, too, is because he is also older. I would do it more if you're an older gentleman, is give you opportunities to bless me. Just because I feel like if you are an older gentleman, you would even more so be expected to put your best foot forward and also gift me and do the extras to put a smile on my face versus a younger man who is still learning the ropes, but I still believe they are capable of doing such acts. I just didn't have much patience to see it through. I think there's a lot of men that do like to get in that position with a woman where they are gifting a woman and sending them money. They just need to get to know them a little bit better. But for me, because you are older, I am not going to waste my time nor yours. So I let him go. I was surprised that he remembered what my birthday was. He wished me a happy birthday. He's one of the first people to wish me happy birthday. And I just said thank you. But other than that, we hadn't talked. I, on spooky season, went kind of ghost on him. And he accepted it, where the first one didn't accept it. He accepted it. He was super chill. Definitely, I would have been down to date him more if he would have put a better foot forward first. But to me, he just seemed like another chill guy that I got along with, ate food with. We did get along, but I wasn't feeling so much chemistry. I wasn't feeling so much of a reason to continue our relation. And then shortly after, I'll just briefly bring it up. This is pretty much it. Number 3, I was going to go on a not so much of an eligible... I was about to go on a date with not so much of an eligible bachelor. He ended up being younger than me, whereas the other ones were like double my age. No, they were double my age. And plus. This one was a couple years younger than me. Or maybe 3 years younger than me. Yikes. I don't even want to say that out loud, but I believe that's how young he is. And I just honestly saw him. Curiosity killed the cat. I don't want to meet a lover on social media, but I made an exception for the experiment. So I started talking to this guy I don't know on social media purely because I was attracted to him. We ended up talking, and I was putting him on the back burner because I was still trying to find eligible bachelors. He wasn't like super pressing me to take me on a date. He did ask me though, but I was putting him on the back burner. He wasn't pressed, so that's a red flag. Because you should be begging. Nah, just kidding. But he ended up being racist. I talked about that on another podcast. Did I say the story?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you guys, that was in a more recent episode. I don't know which one, but I basically told you guys there's a story time. I was on FaceTime on a rare occasion.
We're both wearing brown.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty recent. You go down. We're both wearing brown.
Yeah, basically he ends up saying the N-word with a hard R, and he is not black. And I just had to let him go after that. And I haven't even talked to anyone since. I have had some offers, but I mean, when I say talk, I mean like, oh, we're keeping up in conversation. I might have had a conversation with a guy that wasn't flirting, but I don't consider that talking. So yeah, I genuinely have just been pretty much keeping to myself after that. And I would say maybe I don't have the greatest amount of people to tell you how the dating pool really is, but I could tell you what I think it is. I think the dating pool is pretty trash. I feel like a lot of things, I see potential, and I feel like men are definitely lacking not only fathers, but a good leader to show them the ropes. And on top of them not having the ropes taught to them, they also don't want to teach themselves. They also don't want to be open to hearing about themselves so they could grow and do better as a man. Thankfully, there are some people on social media that speak out as a man, because women talk about it. They're not as receptive. When a woman's hearing it, they get more defensive. But when they hear it from a man, they do a little bit get less defensive. There's a couple men that I've came across that speak very well on women and try to show men the ropes on how to treat a woman, how to court her, how to take her out on a date. I think that is very lacking, and I don't think it's a specific age group. But yes, younger are definitely less intelligent in that aspect. But I have came across time and time again that an older gentleman does not promise maturity, and I actually, outside of the experiment, I'm not going to date anyone who's in their 40s. Like, I'm going to keep it 30s, later 20s. I'm not even going to date someone younger than me unless it really, really makes sense. I just would say rule of thumb, I'm not going to do that again. Yeah, the last person that I actually like dated for a little bit was younger than me as well, and that ended up being like a really interesting situation. Not interesting, good. So yeah. But other than that, just younger guys, they're not ready. They're still having fun, and I know that. I wasn't. They were more so like, I want you to be my girlfriend. I wasn't saying that. But of course, like, because I really like them, I could see that down the line, and I'm grateful nothing happened down the line because they ended up being a completely different person. But I would say I don't want to date anyone. I would say 26 to 38 is my age range now outside of the experiment if they were to really put their best foot forward and make it make sense. I'm down to maybe take a chance on one date, but I want to see how you plan that date, and then I want to see how you follow up with that date. Because a lot of them, it's a one and done for me. And neither one of those men that I mentioned, any of them, well, obviously not the third one because we never met in real life, but the first two didn't get as much of a kiss out of me because, yeah, I just didn't feel ready. I knew, though, I was going to keep the bad boys for the end of the experiment, which I only came across one that I was for, like, I know that I would have kissed him. It's true. I would have kissed the bad boy and left the other ones for dust, so. Maybe the lawyer could have earned a kiss down the line, but he is significantly older than me, so it does impact my attraction. Right. A bit, yeah. He is he takes very well care of himself, though he's attractive, but it's in the back of my head.
Yeah, I had 3 other dates that I was asked. No, I had 4, but only 3 I was considering. One was a nurse, attractive, not my type, but definitely attractive, good job, way too pushy. I was like, fuck no. He's like, I don't. Because to me, like, definitely be persistent. Definitely do a little double text because, you know, the kid gets busy. But he just kept wanting to talk on the phone, and I kept putting it off because to me, like, have so little interest in dating, and even my little is closer to the none side. And not like, just like, I just don't have that in me. So to like get on the phone and talk with a man is like, it just like, what? That could take 30 minutes to an hour. Do I have 30 minutes to a fucking hour for you? I'm gonna be real. I do, but I will not make that a part of my day personally. So he kept pushing the issue, and I could tell he was getting upset every time I'd say no. Like, one instance was like, I was here getting ready, and I lied, and I said, oh, I'm out with my girls. He still called me while I said I was out with my girls. I'm like, oh, what? Like, why the fuck would you do that? And then so I'm like, I said I'm out with my girls. And then he's like, okay, enjoy. You don't need to tell me to enjoy to hang out with my girls because I'm always enjoying hanging out with my girls. So that was a dub. Then he had like sent me a few more. He tried to literally get on phone with me for 3 or 4 days straight. He's like, I just want to get to know each other before we get on the date a little bit. And I'm just kind of like, And then he sent me a voice note saying, oh, I just don't think it's going to work out. I need a woman with better communication. Do you think, or do you know it's not going to work out? Because clearly it's not going to work out. I'm ignoring you like completely. It's not even giving like a little bit of a chase and it's not giving a little Tom and Jerry moment. It's giving fucking Jason and fucking I am your next victim.
That's creepy.
So that was a fuck no.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Another guy, attractive, has a kid though, so that's why when other plans came up, like, to me, anytime, like, not trying to be like this, but I am just being honest on this podcast, I felt like with every date, if there was a way to get out of it, or there was like some type of, we're thinking, okay, let's just do that. Because to me, that's just the easy way of like, I'm sorry, I already have plans.
That recently happened. Like, I'm like, girl, just get in your last date before the experiment. And it was like a Wednesday, and sometimes our Wednesdays could have more free time than other days of the week, and then something ended up coming up, and she's like, yeah,
Yeah.
Thank God. She was like happy about it.
Yeah. That's what I did with the last two, actually. Because there's 4 guys that asked me, and then there was 3 I was actually considering going. And then, so yeah, that guy asked me, we were going to do something. Like, he had picked out this vegan restaurant that I'd never been to. It looked good. It had gluten-free options. I liked that. Very mindful. But then it was like, oh, like, we're thinking of doing this. And then I was like, oh, let's do that. And I'm like, sorry to that guy. And then the last one, attractive, good job. Just to me, what I did, because he's a little bit older. This is probably my only like older, no, because the nurse wanted to. They were like, no, he was only like 35, I think. But the last one that was a possible candidate, attractive, not again my typical type, but you guys, if you guys saw my type, you would probably be like that shouldn't be your type. Attractive, whatever. And then I inserted for him to, like, because my final decision, I was like, okay, if he gets my toes done for me, I'll go. And I was like, oh, I need to get my toes done. And he's like, oh, okay, like tomorrow works, blah, blah. I didn't say nothing. I just left him on red.
Like, test. Yeah. Oh,
it is. Yeah.
I actually just remembered there was actually another person that I wanted to go on a date with, and he was actually a blast from the past, but I hadn't gone on a date with him before. I just had ran into him again. He's someone who like fit my type to a T, which is also problematic. We have different types, but we can agree that we can mutually agree that some men are attractive, but our type is to a T are different. Also bad. I ran into him. He looked different. He still looked cute. He put on a little bit of weight. But he might have looked different, but he didn't become different. He basically was trying to get cordial with me, all that. But then he ended up being on some criminal type time. So I had to leave him to that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's some criminal activities that we had to stay out of. And I was like, you know what? Never mind. And he was just also... he'd be talking like, oh, I want to give us a chance, but then he would take 3 days to respond.
Right.
So then after he did that to me the first time, this time I was like, you're not gonna, no, I shouldn't even been open to letting you take me on a date for real this time, because you fumbled the bag last time and now you're fumbling it again. Like, fuck off. Yeah. And he's like, answer the phone. He had an excuse that he got locked up. And I think that was a lie. So.
Yeah. And I'll just say, like, if you are a woman that's dealing with a man that does any extracurricular activities, aka criminal activities, and he involves you into any mess he has going on, that man does not give a single fuck about you, and he's just trying to use you. A man that really cares about you, you wouldn't even know what's going on. Hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil, whatever order it goes in, don't really care. I just know that you wouldn't know any shenanigans that he has going on in his life, because he would keep that so far out of reach of you even knowing what he's doing, so you wouldn't have the possibility of getting in any type of trouble with him. Any man that's like, you know, you got this bank, oh, what's up with your fucking T-Mobile phone because I can get you to no. Mm-hmm. Any man that is a man that's worth taking seriously does not involve you into his foolishness. Not with his criminal activities, not with his baby mama, not with his ex situationship, nothing. If you are involved in any of that, if you even know of any of that, he just don't like you that much. And you just got to take it for what it is instead of what you want it to be.
Right. So that's what I did this time around. And also, on top of him being inconsistent, he ends up being like trying to make it seem like he want to use this apartment. And if you know, a hideout. Yeah, if you know
this apartment,
because he ends up living in this city, and he's like, I can't be
allegedly.
I can't be. I don't know how. Anyways, but
allegedly. And then the second they start talking, oh, I just got it got raided and I can't live there anymore. Can I live with you in your apartment? Like, no. Not live, but hide out.
Live. Like, yeah, not live. He didn't ask to live here. But
hide out.
Yeah, he was asking to hide out. And if you don't know, now you know. No men are allowed over in this apartment unless you're Marmar. I haven't had a man over here for myself in years. Not since the beginning of us living here. Like, I had I had B-Day 2 years. 1 year with a man, 1 year with a girl. But the man was like a while ago. That was the last man that I let step foot in this house, other than Marmar. I mean, not that it's up to me, but of course we want Marmar to be here. But I mean, in a romantic sense, I have not had a man over here. So it just felt extra offensive because it's like, you haven't even taken me on a date and you're trying to hide out in this fucking apartment, motherfucker. I don't even let men in here at all. So I'm gonna let you fend for yourself and talk to yourself. I stopped replying. He was like blowing up my phone for days. And it's not like, oh, you're obsessed with me. You're thirsty and looking for a hideout. Like, fuck off, bro.
Not your escape plan. Fuck off.
So I felt extra offended by that, and I actually forgot about it because but I just remembered when she talked about her type. I was like, oh, wait, I came across someone that was my type. No, it's not good.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna get into the spookiest part of the story. It was my first date and almost took me the fuck out. I was like, oh my god, I'm not doing this. I'm gonna try to make this very short because I know we are already like an hour in. So I meet this guy. We're working this event. He comes up to me. He's just talking to me, whatever, not thinking anything of it. He asked for my favorite color. I'm just like not also thinking anything of it because I'm quick to ask somebody their favorite color too. It says a lot about a person. So whatever. He's like, yeah, I want to get you gifts, blah, blah. Okay, I'm sure. Whatever. Men love to hear themselves talk. And I personally do not love that.
And have empty promises.
Whatever. The next day, I guess he comes to the event. He's looking for me. I was told he was looking for me. Then they're like, oh, whatever. I'm not thinking anything of it. I'm like, okay, cool. Oh, and mind you, the first day I met him, he gave me his business card. It's my business card. Cool. I put it away. I didn't throw it away, but I didn't do nothing with it. So the second day I heard he was looking for me. Okay, whatever. Third day, he comes looking for me again. He has a bag in his hand, like a gift bag. And he comes up to me and he's like, I want to give this to you. It's a Balenciaga bag. Like it's and the Balenciaga. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, oh, thank you. And he's like, yeah, maybe I can get a text back now. Now, mind you, I'm not just like, oh, thank you. Like, I'm like, oh, because it says Balenciaga on the bag. So I'm like, wait, is this like just like, is it actually Balenciaga bag? He's like, oh, open it. So I open it. He's like, oh, yeah, I know you like the color green, even though pink is my favorite color. He asked me what my second favorite color was. So I was like, green, whatever. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, you don't have to do all this, though. And he's like, no, like, I want to. Maybe I can get a text back. I know I can get a text now. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So this man is like, what, like 36, 35, something like that? I don't know. I think he might have lied about his age, but
if you're asking me, I think he's in his 40s.
Yeah, but he told me like 30 something. So I take the bag, and then at the end of the night, I text him, and I'm like, hey, I just want to say thank you for my bag. And he's like, thank you for letting me gift you, blah, blah. So we get to talking, and I'm transparent from the beginning. Like, hey, I've been abstaining from sex for over 3 years. This is a really nice gift, but I just want to clarify that I will not be laying down with you just because, laying down with someone for me is a very big deal. As I have not slept with anyone in years, so I can't just like get a purse and then I'm willing to give you some pussy. It just don't work like that around here. I'm sure a lot of girls will lay down for a bag, but I just don't want you to get the wrong idea. He's like, no, like I respect that, blah, blah. Okay, cool. As long as I got it out, as long as to me, as I made it transparent what type of time I was on, I don't care if you were lying about not wanting pussy. I already got the gift, whatever. So my birthday's coming up. It's 10 days to my birthday. He's like, oh, I want to do a countdown for you. 10 gifts. The kid ain't gonna say, no, you want to give me 10 gifts? Okay. I already told you I wasn't going to get no pussy. So you want to give me 10 gifts? Cool. So he's sending me pictures. He's getting me stuff, whatever. And he's whatever. Now I hang out with him a second time. At my second time hanging out with him, he says, I want to have a dinner for you. Invite your girls. Everything will be taken care of. I'm going to bring some of my boys. He throws me like, I didn't even know what type of dinner it was going to be, but it is extravagant. Like, we go to Katana in LA. He gets the middle table. Like,
and this is when I was sick for the first time.
She was like deathly sick, so she couldn't come.
The bonfire almost killed me.
So I invite two of my girls. It's him and two of his boys. When we walk in, like, he has the middle table. Like, he wants all eyes on him, right? He wants to, it is, everyone got a gift. Everyone got a thing of flowers. I have the biggest bouquet of flowers. I have gifts waiting for me. We eat, we have fun. Honestly, it was a good dinner, right? But then me and my homegirl came together. I, like, drove us. And I already, to me, explained that I wasn't giving no pussy. So I already could tell he was upset. Like, I just did this whole birthday dinner from you. You just gonna get in your car and leave? Yes, I am. Yes, the fuck I am. So pack up my car with my gifts, my flowers, my homegirl's gifts, her flowers. Stomach's full. We're happy. And at this point, I'm like, he's cool. Everyone's asking if I like him. My mom's asking me. My homegirl's asking me. Everyone's asking me. But honestly, I just didn't like him like that. Like, I was like, maybe
you know pretty early on. Men know too. Like, obviously he liked her.
I feel like it could grow.
Early on.
I just didn't like him, right? But I like what he's doing for me, but I just don't like him.
And he didn't really at this time give her a reason to not really like him too.
There was no reason to not like him. Yeah, he was like being cool, but I could tell he was bothered by me just I'll admit, I did give him a kiss at the end of the night. Not even that I was like, oh, give me a kiss. It was like, we're packing up the car. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to fuck you up. I had something on my face. He didn't tell me. He's like, let me get it. And he gave me like, it wasn't like we're making out or nothing. It was in front of my homegirl. And I literally looked at her because, mind you, I'm so out of the game. Like, even a peck is kind of crazy to me. I'm like, and she's looking at me like, it's okay. I'm like, okay. Like, I don't know. I don't want to give the wrong impression. So anyways, whatever, we're texting at night. I'm like, thank you so much. Had a good night. What does he do the next day? He does the pullback method. To me, I'm like, you've texted me every single fucking day, and now you're going to do the pullback method? Whatever, let it go. Then the second day goes by, and I'm like, whatever, I want these rest of these gifts. I'm just being honest. So I fucking text him. I'm like, hey, like, hope everything's good. And he's like, ain't shit good with me if I haven't heard from you for a few days, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, like, then why are you, like, you're a grown-ass man, why are you doing the pullback method? And that's what's, like, so, to me, like, something that's super unappealing of just, the idea of dating is super unappealing to me just for the simple fact that most men will go out of their way to pursue you. They will do the most to get your attention, and they will go really hard in the beginning. And the moment you start giving them reciprocated energy is when they like to do the pullback method. And to me, that's just like, you are childish as fuck. You don't deserve a birthday. You don't grow up. You are just insufferable, in my opinion, because why are you playing these stupid ass games? If you want to just have sex, just be upfront, right? You're not going to get it from me, but just be upfront. Just how I'm being upfront with you that I'm not going to have sex with you. You should just be upfront with me from what you want from the beginning. Because this whole like, oh, I'm going to apply the most pressure ever. I'm going to do the most. I'm going to do what I have to do to impress you and wow you. And then the moment you start being like, okay, I'm going to show a little affection. I'm going to show you a little bit of love. I'm going to show you a little bit of feelings. You want to pull back because you want to be chased after. I'm not on a football team. I'm not like a store manager and you just stole something. I'm not chasing after you. I don't give a fuck about you, right? It's not like I'm trying to save my marriage. We're married. Like, I just have no real attachment to you to even want to go out of my way to even lightly jog or skip towards you. So this whole like needing a woman to chase you is just
a big ick.
It's just like such a turnoff, and it just turns me away from dating completely because it is really copy and paste with these motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. You guys do the same thing. You have the same game plan. You guys say the same lines. It's just very repetitive and highly annoying, and something that I don't like to involve myself in. Whatever. So he does that. Okay, so I already have like a good amount of gifts at this time, and then my birthday comes. He's trying to invite himself. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're at a hotel because she gets to the hotel, and he's going to come drop off a gift. I tell her, like, I'm not ready. I don't want him to come up in the room. I'm thinking we're just going to meet in the lobby. So I'm like, all right, my favorite food spot is 5 minutes away. We're in LA. Go get some food with him and like to bring it back to me so I can have a little snack. And like, it gives me time to get ready. She ends up getting $300 worth of food. He pays for it, of course, but you know, her little snack was like $300. I don't know if that hurt his pockets, I don't know what the fuck, but basically they bring the food. I meet them in the lobby. We have to go because we have plans. He gives me a bag.
And the food took forever.
It took like over an hour.
It never takes that long.
I was like been waiting, right? And he gives me a Gucci bag. Okay, cool. I say goodbye to him. We leave. And then he's like texting me while we're at this dinner. And he's like, and I'm like, hey, because we have plans to hang out the next day. I'm like, hey, this is the brunch spot I want to go to. What time, blah, blah. And then he says, dun, dun, dun. So scary. Cue the scary music. He says, I'm really not going to eat that much. So just tell sis she could take care of brunch tomorrow. I'm going to tell her you said that, but I'm not going to tell her to do that, right? Like, what the fuck? I'm literally at dinner. I'm showing the text. Everyone's like, ah! Like, we're like scared because we're like, what the fuck? Like,
and I think he put bad juju on the food because the food, other than the first time because of the delivery, but every time we've been to eat at this restaurant, it's always really good. There was like some leftovers that tasted like shit. Okay. And I think it was him that like poisoned it with his energy vibes.
No, it was weird. So whatever. I'm like showing the text. Everyone's like, ew, like throwing up at dinner, or like whatever. Yeah. And then I'm like ignoring. I leave him on red. Then he calls me because he's trying to check my temperature, see if he's cool, whatever. Then the next day comes up and I'm like, yeah, I'm not telling my sister to do all that, like blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, you're good. Like, we're going to meet this time. And then he says, oh, can we change it to this time? I'm like, okay, we're doing our own thing. We're taking pictures.
We're running behind anyways. Because the food took so long, I couldn't get the birthday cake in time, but it ended up working out anyways.
Yeah, so we just like had a day and then we were like, okay, we're going, like, I'm not hearing from him. So we're still going to go to brunch. Like, I just want to let y'all know, like, I know a lot of men think they're doing such a big favor by buying a woman dinner or lunch. We can feed ourselves, right? Like, I honestly enjoy my meal and digest it a lot better when I don't have a man spoon feeding me bullshit from across the table and just looking at me like I'm a piece of meat. I honestly enjoy my food way more when I'm with my girls or by myself. So I don't need you to pay for my meal. If I needed food that bad, I would get myself some EBT, right? And just start whipping it up because I also know how to cook. Not that I'm auditioning for you, but I just want to say, like, I am nothing like your mother who can't throw down on a plate. No, that's mean, but I do love me a yellow, a joke. But whatever. So we go to brunch. He's not there. And then he texts me, hey, sorry, I just finished up. Okay, don't give a fuck. He's like, let me know how much the food is. I'm going to pay for it. Just send me how much it is. Okay, cool. Then we ordered a few extra desserts. So the check comes. I send it. He's like, got you. Okay, you got me, but there ain't no money attached to it. So I'm like, whatever. I'm not going to press the issue. Like, nobody's worried. Nobody's tripping. And then the next day comes. It's my actual birthday. He's trying to invite himself to the birthday plans where it's just her and my best friend. That's weird. You don't go with my outfit. Don't think these men don't understand. You do not go with my outfit. You do not go with my outfit, okay? So, no, you are not coming, especially to my birthday. It's intimate. Like, no, I'm just not doing that. So, he's upset at that. I could tell. And then, whatever. This is my final time seeing his bitch ass. So, he's like, I'm having a barbecue. Okay, what that got to do with me? Bring your girls. I'm going to make sure I have all the vegan goods. Okay, now I'm listening. Now I might come. Bring your girls. I'm going to have my friends. I'll make sure I have all the vegan goods for you. It's going to be fun. Cool. Maybe our friends could, collide. Maybe it could be a cool situation. I'm not going to lie. I have high expectations for this barbecue because I'm like, maybe my girls can, have some fun. It could be
have some eye
food.
Candy vibe.
It's like summertime. Cool. The way it's so scary to even say it because it's scary to relive it. We pull up. Mind you, I'm not trying to shit on anyone, but this person I will shit on because he's a weirdo. Why do you live in a high rise and you live on the first floor? What's the fucking point? Like, I'm sorry. What's the fucking point to live in a high rise and you live on the first floor?
Yeah, because you like that high-rise feature because you couldn't wait to get to your homie's pad so you
Penthouse.
could get a picture taken of you in golden hour.
So we probably need to unpack that because that probably was like an insane sentence to hear. So we get there. There's, for one, no eye candy at all. I'm like, oh, where's that? Sorry. Before even both their feet hit the fucking ground of the pool area, like where they're all at, there's this fucking guy in their face with a bottle with a handle. Take a shot. Take a shot.
We're both like, hell no.
Like, what the fuck? I don't drink. So I'm like, no. And then he goes, what are you doing here then? I'm like, not getting drunk for you, bitch. That's what the fuck I'm not doing, but whatever. So we're taking pictures because we're like, oh, these aren't the vibes. We go to separate take pictures. And then he comes up, the guy that I went on a date with, comes up. He's like, let me take you guys up here. Like, come here. Like, he just wants to be the director of it all. Like, okay, cool. Goes up. Then we're taking pictures. We're all done taking each other's pictures, all the girls. Then what does he do? I need my pictures. Oh, okay. Like, this is so...
I have some photo evidence of this.
Yes.
I took it very low-key. It was giving this. It was giving this. Holding a bottle. By the way.
I was scared. Oh, mind you, too, up until this point, he had not given me the rest of my gifts. I told my homegirl, hey, can you bring the gift? Because she was bringing my gift to the barbecue. She was like, I still need to give you your gift. I'm going to bring it. I'm like, make sure you give it to me in front of him because he owes me gifts. So hopefully that, like, makes him... they said Uber's not letting me update the address. So whatever. He wants pictures of himself. It's super fucking weird. And then there's no food for us. Not even a chip. Not even a fucking... Nothing. Like, there's a lot of accidental vegan food. He don't got nothing for us. So I'm like, can we order food? He's like, I can tell he's a little bothered, but I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? You got this one fool pressing me to drink, me and my homegirls to drink. And then the guy, same guy that's pressing me to drink, sits next to me. He's like, oh, you look good. Those pants are nice. Stand up, turn around. I'm looking at him like, bitch, are you fucking crazy or do you want to get fucking slapped? Because why the fuck are you telling me to stand up and turn around like I'm a fucking rotisserie fucking chicken and for you to check out, bitch? What the fuck is wrong with you? Shoo, bitch, you're reminding me of a fly up in my fucking ear. Go away. Like, no. He's not even saying that. He's like scared to tell this guy something. So I tell my homegirl, make sure you give me your gift from him. He's holding off on his fucking gifts that he still owes me. He's telling me he has something so bust down for my fucking watch. Bitch, you don't have nothing bust down for my watch. The only thing you want to bust down is in my motherfucking throat. And that's never going to fucking happen, you fucking weirdo. So she gives me that gift. And then I'm like, kind of looking at him. He don't bring nothing up about my watch and that he supposedly has for me. He even asked me for my fucking measurements, all this fucking shit. Like, what the fuck? So, like, don't fucking make me bust out no fucking measuring tape if you don't got nothing for my watch for real. It's cool. It's okay. You're not gonna get pussy regardless. So, whatever. His homie, whatever the fuck, they're saying that wasn't even his friend, saying all this crazy shit to me, and I'm like hella uncomfortable. I'm hella high. Like, go away. He's not saying shit, and then when I open my gift, he's like, oh, let's go put it away in my apartment. I'm looking at them like, I'm giving them the look. Like, bitch, if I'm not coming back out in 10 minutes, bust that fucking door open. Because I don't know what the fuck. So I'm sitting in there. And then once we get inside, he starts talking about, yeah, on GP. On what? Gushy pushy? What? Because I don't know what the fuck you're claiming you're on or who you run with or whatever the fuck. He's like, yeah, on GP, I would have had my cousin handle that.
Please.
But you did it. So I don't care what you shoulda, woulda, coulda did. That just means nothing to me when you're letting a man harass me in front of you. Like, that's hella weird and not masculine in any fucking way.
And it was so weird because his cousin was trying to talk to me, and then her guy like silenced him and was like, basically telling him like, oh, you can't speak to her either. Like, being really bossy and weird to him. And his cousin was like, the fuck? Like, why are you doing all this? Like, he was trying to make it seem like both of us were his property.
Right. And I just want to say, too, when I said the gushy pushy joke, I just want to say, if you're really affiliated or any of that, I was not talking to you. I'm talking about this man that's, like, faking the funk in every single way. Okay?
He's faking, because he
was faking a lot of funks.
A man that's really about it wouldn't even have to say all that.
He would just handle it.
I'm not sexually attracted to a man that can't protect me. If
No.
anything were to go down, he would sniff it out before it were to ever happen, and he just would simply not allow it. And yeah, if you are okay with a man touching me, talking to me weird, or even staring at me too long, then I do not feel safe in your presence, and we will not continue dating, because I need my man to be standing all 10 toes behind me and have my back in my front, because I need someone who could protect me, not a pussy that I have to feel like I have to protect too.
Right. So he's telling me that. He's saying I would have had him handle that shit, would have, could have. I'm like, okay. And then I'm trying to get the fuck out of his fucking first floor high-rise apartment building. Okay. So then we leave. We come back. The food gets there. Mind you, he said, order the food. I'll give you cash. Mind you, he had never paid me back for that brunch that he said he was going to pay for. Got you, but never got me. Okay. So the food comes. It's $160 for 3 of us with delivery, all that. That's not a lot of money. And
that's like what, less than 90 a person?
Right. No, way less than 90. It's like $55 a person.
Oh, right.
Right.
I'm thinking,
but that's what
I'm
tip,
thinking in half.
That's what the 20% tip, delivery, all that. Whatever. And you have no food for us. So what the fuck? Like, we didn't come to your barbecue to starve.
Oh, yeah. 53 bucks.
So
there wasn't even accidentally vegan chips, and they weren't even putting tomato and lettuce on their burgers. Like, there's literally nothing vegan. They're just being
just
so
eating a
trash.
mayonnaise and a bun. Like, bitch, you're disgusting. And so
and just drinking like some discount Kirkland giant alcohol bottle, like a ghetto ass motherfucker.
No,
like, you have all this money, and this is how you're choosing to party.
No, and then so. Mind you, before we go eat, we go use the restroom because we need to wash our hands and pee. Bitch, I didn't even fucking pee because the bathroom was nasty. And I'm like, oh,
I unfortunately had to go. I literally thought I was being sent to hell.
My thing is, if you're going to be a man and...
Sorry, we were already on the way in front of the public restroom that I'm sure was 500 million times cleaner. And we just needed the correct code, which was on the first floor as well.
And it was probably like 1, 2, 3. But...
And we tried that. And it was just like, yeah.
So he has us use his restroom. I don't even want to pee because I don't want to sit him down on his toilet. And to me, it's like, if you're a man, I just think, period, man or woman, if you're going to invite someone else, if you're going to invite guests over to your house, the place should be clean as a sign of respect to your guest. If you live like shit and you live like a fucking animal, that's on you, but you should clean up your spot before you have people over. And if you are a man claiming to have money and you don't have it in you to clean your own house, then you should most definitely be hiring someone to clean your house. And if you don't hire someone to clean your house and you invite me over as a man who's claiming to have money and it looks fucking crazy inside your spot, I think you spend your money on foolish bullshit, because why do you have a chain on and designer pants and a fucking designer puffer jacket and your toilet is black? You don't know how to spend your money. Let me teach you, right? And I'm not even going to say for myself. Let's hire somebody to clean your fucking spot. So whatever.
She don't want to clean that toilet, I promise you.
We leave the bathroom. We go eat. We sit separately from like little bonfire area going on, because I'm just like, I'm overstimulated from that bathroom and stuff. So we're eating, and then it's time to go. We already spent 3 hours there. It's time to go. So we go. Oh, right before we're about to leave, what does he do? Hands me $100 for the food. Oh, here's for the food. I didn't kiss him. I didn't nothing. And I was like, thank you. Get in the car. And then I texted him like an hour later, and I'm like, hey, by the way, like, I wasn't going to bring it up, but this is your second time saying you're going to do something, then you don't do it. We went to brunch. You said you're going to take care of it. You didn't take care of it. And then tonight you had me and my girls come over to a barbecue. You said you were going to have food for us. You had nothing. When you host a party, you feed your guests. I don't know if that's not common sense, but I'm here to teach you. And you had nothing for us. It was $164. You gave me $100. And then he messaged me this long paragraph back.
He's a typer, by the way.
He's a typer.
He's a typer.
Saying, just because he says, I read the part that said, which was close to the middle, but still a little further up because the message was so fucking long and full of bullshit. It said, just because I say I'm going to do something doesn't mean I have to do it. Oh, bitch, that's exactly what the fuck it means if you're going to talk to me. So I don't know what the fucking type of bullshit you want or what type of girls you fuck with, but at that point, I knew I wasn't going to reply.
Like, how can you respect a man that's not a man of his word?
I'm not even a fucking full quarter into the message. I already know I'm not going to reply. And then he says a whole nother thing. He brings up 10 times in 10 different ways of how basically I haven't given him pussy and he's done so much for me. Okay. And then he ends it with, you don't have to reply. Oh, trust me, bitch. You don't need to tell me what I need to do or what I don't need to do because I promise you weren't going to get a reply. Then he hits my sister up 2 days later.
The only reason he had my number, by the way, is because he was trying to coordinate birthday plans for her. Me and him did not text.
He texts her 2 days later. He probably was waiting for me to like text him and be like, oh, like I don't want to fight, bitch. We got beef for life. I want all the fucking smoke. Like the fuck. If you ever see me fucking duck, hide, do what the fuck you gotta do to stay the fuck out of my face. Text her text her this thing. Oh, me and B had a falling out. Oh, I'm sorry. This is one more thing I need to say before I get into this. Why the fuck? Okay, Lena is my sister, and my best friend's name Yamitsa. Why the fuck he calling Lena Lily and Yamitsa Yaya? You don't know Lily and you don't know Yaya because no one fucking calls them that. So why are you trying to already give nicknames and you don't even fucking know nobody like that? Is hella weird and like we're not doing that. So
yeah, he really don't know
Lily and Yaya. Oh, I'm never, and they have a whole bunch of nicknames, and that's like we
that's
don't
not even one of them.
So she texts her, oh, me and B had a falling out. And he's like, I need to talk to you or I could write you a letter. The second he said that, she's showing me the text. I'm like, he's going to confess his love to you. Watch. Like, I just like can
I'm
spot
thinking
a
of
man's
danger.
bullshit from a mile away. I already know what type of weirdo you are just like from these points leading up. So I already know what you're going to do. What does he do? When I tell you he confesses his love, I've never seen like, it's on some Shakespeare shit. It's on some, oh, I've never felt like this about anyone in my life. Mind you, they've exchanged 3 or 4 words with each other.
I was scared for my
3 or 4 words. This girl don't even fucking talk much when she's out. So the fact that you think you're in love with her and like, I'm in love with you. I've never felt like this about anyone before. The way we locked eyes, the way we were like soulmate.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to look at your yellow eyes.
Like...
I was actually glad when you mostly wore glasses. So,
we found out like keep the glasses on. Like it was just a lot. So he was doing all that shit. He's confessing his love, like, and she just like on some, oh, you sending all this and you not sending a Zelle, like you owe me money type thing. Cause like whatever. He sends it, still doesn't even send the right amount, right? It's like shorted $5 or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like shorted $5, whatever. Like. I mean, look, I tried, y'all. I tried to date 10 men. I was done after the first one. I was done.
She had a very wild first one.
I was like, what the fuck? And
I thought for a second, like, oh, damn, this man gonna take up your whole summer. Like, he's not gonna let you date anyone else. Well, that ended up being short-lived.
So far from the truth.
Just ended up making her scared to go on any other dates.
Hate when men like do things for a reaction because obviously like you're not in love, like you want a reaction, you want to get cussed out. And I used to like there used to be a part of me about, oh, I just like I want to cuss these motherfuckers out. But to me, any type of like I've just learned over time, they just love attention if it's no matter if it's good or bad. And to me, I just have to reserve that. I have to starve you of the attention you're so in desperate need of. Because, bitch, the last time I checked, yeah, I run the show here, bitch. Fuck you.
I just got it.
It's all my dick. They're like, why you're like, I do it. Nah, but for real, like, I'm sorry, like, I'm not dealing with no man that's doing all the extra shit for attention. Like, I'm not. So that's all I gotta say.
Ooh, spooky season. Yeah. I don't know if the dating experiment accomplished what it needed to, but it did accomplish in us getting more away from the dating pool.
Oh, yeah.
And it did help us with the content.
Yes.
I recently, this is aside from this after October 1st, but this guy who I thought was attractive recently just saw him again, and then he asked to take me on a date. But what did he first ask me for the date? To take me out to drink. I said, I don't really drink like that. He said, oh, I know you like to eat. I could take you out to eat and we can smoke. Okay, you want me to be under the influence. That's your primary fucking thought. So no, we're not going out. I considered it for a split second, but it's a no. And yeah, just not impressed. Not even by people I find attractive. Just nothing makes sense, and until it does, suck on this.
Until it does, toodaloos, motherfuckers. We gotta go figure out what the fuck we're gonna eat because we've been trying to eat this Mexican spot for 2 fucking episodes, and they don't want to get shouted out. So you don't want to get shouted out, we ain't gonna do it. All right.
All right.
Peace.
Bye.